right, here we go. 2020 Topps Chrome Baseball 8-box jumbo case PYT break number 4. Veteran base cards. So all the autographs, numbered cards, rookies, parallels, inserts, all that kind of good stuff ships out via your teams per the usual. The vet base cards in this, the veteran base. Veteran base cards are being shipped out via random assortment style. So we'll take all veteran base cards and we will divvy them up between the 30 teams. Each team's going to get a random assortment of veteran base. It'll be an even bit of base for each team. As for the White Sox by the box filler, this is box 1. We always go left to right, top to bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that is how we'll do that on the White Sox by the box. So everything does ship, but the vet base is just going out random assortment. So it does ship, but each spot is going to be divided up, or the vet base will be divided up amongst the 30 teams. All right, here we go. Robert for the White Sox. Box number 1, Mike Black. Oh yeah, that Eloy's a White Sox too. I need to remember to pull any of those out while we're going through here. If you see me not pulling out a White Sox card or something that's a rookie or a gold cup or whatever, say something. Arena purple for the Miami Marlins, 40 out of 299. Cease. Castro for the Tigers, base auto. Nico. Seth Brown refractor. Luzardo. Dustin May autograph. Base auto for the Dodgers. Alvarez. Nunez for the Colorado Rockies, base auto. See something gold back there, gold wave something. So close to an Alvarez. Gold wave for the Astros. Who had the Astros? Houston Astros, J. Rim. Super close. 38 out of 50. Noose. Bichette, Rogers, Toronto. Base auto. Refractor 136 out of 499 Tampa Bay Rays. First numbered auto. Nico Refractor for the Cubs. All right, Yankees in box, or I'm sorry, White Sox in box one. Box two. Bichette. Dubon, negative for the Giants. Kyle Lewis, refractor for the Seattle Mariners. Palumbo for the Texas Rangers, base autograph. Silver, Eloy, White Sox. Purple for the Cubs. 203 out of 250. Purple auto. Lux refractor for the Dodgers. Nice. Alvarez, Astros. Rodriguez for the Angels, rookie auto. That might be a photo variation. 635. 595, yep. Who had the Reds? Andrew K with the Reds. Nice photo variation. Matt Olson for the Oakland Athletics, purple. 291 out of 299. Lux. Zach Collins for the White Sox. Alvarez. Robert, base for the White Sox, box number 2, going out to Kyle. Duggar for the Miami Marlins, base auto. Mike King, base autograph for the Yankees. Pete Alonso, Gold Cup. White Sox, and that one netted you a Robert Base, a couple other White Sox cards. Box number 2 is Kyle. Up next, box number 3. All right, box number 3. Get some energy in my water. Refreshing. All right, fellas, what are we going to talk about here? It's late. It's Topps Chrome. We could sit here and say nothing the whole break. It's happened before. I don't want to. Talk about Panini distributors right here. So maybe just shoot some questions at me. Anybody that got questions about anything, the behind the scenes on the card business itself. Maybe there's questions that you have always wondered and just no one ever says, and maybe I have the answer. I don't know. What kind of questions you got, Tony? Or maybe give me a specific. Well, I'm trying to think of where I could even start if I was just trying to be like super general. Texas, John G. Are these ones numbered? This one's not numbered. No. Retro Rookie Relic. All right. When do you find out how much Mosaic football you're getting? I already know. Off the top of my head, it's off the top of my head, it's going to be like 5 or 6 hobby cases, and then one of the choice, one of the fast break or no huddle, whatever they call it. Like one of those, one choice, one no huddle. And I think 5 or 6 cases of the hobby. What else we got? McDonald's bathrooms. Uh-oh. Why don't you break on IG? You know, this is why. Zach Collins, White Sox. Whenever I first started doing breaks. Ooh, nice. Keston, Orange Wave, 12 out of 25 for the Brewers. Cold Cup. Whenever I first started doing breaks, I didn't even do breaks on YouTube, okay? I only did breaks on breakers.tv. I transitioned into both eventually. It took a little while, but I did transition into both of them. But initially, I only did brakes. Strictly, I didn't have a website. I had no social media presence whatsoever. I literally bought a camera. Robert, box number 3, I bought a camera and went live on breakers.tv. Like, that's just how I started. I literally just bought a camera, had some boxes, bought some boxes, and I went live. And NOLA base auto for the Mariners. So I have like I have that attachment to breakers.tv, and there's still people that break on breakers.tv every single day, and there's plenty of people that go on there for breaks and everything, but it has kind of died off a little bit, and YouTube's definitely the main the featured streaming service, but still dual stream on both. I'm going to be going a little bit slower now that I'm talking about this. That's all right though. And so just the way that I format stuff, like some people, there's people that break on Facebook. I've never done like a Facebook break or where I this is what I do. YouTube and breakers, I know how to do it. My biggest constraint with breaks anyways, for the most part, there's other constraints too, but for the most part, my biggest constraint is just time. As long as I'm live, we can fill stuff up. Sometimes it takes the filler, to a little bit of 11 or whatever to get going, but Abreu refractor auto 78 out of 499 for the Astros. But it's kind of like one of those things. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So I don't want to do too much. I've thought plenty of times about doing Facebook breaks and IG breaks and going on to Twitch, triple streaming Twitch, or streaming on all the different services. And that's just it's not how I did it. So that's really the reason why. And whenever I first started, Instagram breakers was kind of like a bad term. I know that's not exactly the case anymore, or not the case anymore. Harvey base auto for Baltimore, but Twitch, like IG breakers, was kind of a bad. It was kind of not like you were a bad person, but just kind of got a bad rap. Just Instagram breakers weren't. It's just kind of like Joe Schmo doing breaks in his basement bathroom kind of deal. So I know that's not the case anymore. But Jake Rogers, blue, number to 75 Tigers. So I just kind of stayed clear of it, and I probably have only even watched an Instagram live video for less than like 5 minutes, like total. Like I don't think I've ever went on Instagram live and watched more than just like 30 seconds of somebody's live stream or something on IG Live. Kyle Lewis. So, that's my rationale. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Never did it whenever I first started, and whenever I first started, it was kind of like you didn't really want to be on IG, which like I said, it turned out fine. Now it's totally cool. That's how people do it, but it's just not how I did it, and I don't plan on changing just because I don't think I need to. What else was people saying? How crazy are trout prices? Well, yeah. Pineapple belong on pizza. I very much so enjoy a good Hawaiian pizza, little Canadian bacon, little fucking pineapple in there. Yeah, I kind of go a little crazy, a little different with pizza. So I'm all for pineapple on pizza. I say the more pineapple, the better. I know that's not going to get everyone a good reaction from everybody, but pineapple, baby. What else do we got? Do you use Streamlabs For streaming, I use OBS and then I dual stream using Restream.io or whatever it's called. What rookie or second year player has the best chance to make an impact in the playoffs now that Zion? Man, you're going way deep, Brad. I think there's just a ton of guys right now between like 17, 18 and up rookie years, like 17, 18 and up rookie years. Like I just feel like not just specific to your not really specific to your question, but just in general, like guys for like 17, 18 rookies, 18, 19 rookies, 19, 20. Like there's so many guys that it just feels like could really have an impact through. I mean, it just seems like there's just a ton of guys making plays. And blue, Sam Hilliard for the Rockies, blue wave auto, number to 150, 107 out of 150. Favorite comedy? Well, I'm actually White Sox, Robert. I really enjoy like comedians and stand-up comedy and things in that realm, the comedy realm. I'm definitely not any sort of like expert or know everybody or anything like that, but I really do enjoy comedy, especially stand-up comedy. I've been to various different, not a whole lot, but I've been to various different stand-up shows. And all right, so box 3 had 2 Roberts. But I really like comedy. I think you issued a Harper short print after the auto. Let's take a look. I guess that would have been probably in the base stack. It's a possibility, and I guess that's another downside to talking a whole bunch. Harper. I'm assuming it's not that one. That one's, I'm going to set it aside for a second, but I think that's just the base Harper. Check the refractor rookie pile. You think that's where I put it? Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's in there. I don't know how far back I'm going here on these, but I don't remember seeing them, but I was talking, so all right, there's no way there's any more than that. Maybe I set them in this pile here. There's a Kyle Lewis stuck behind an Alvarez. How about that? Okay, it's not there. Oh, all right. All right, so who had box 3? Robert A with box 3. Yeah, I literally cannot break and talk. Like literally, I can make something, a 5-minute break turn into an hour. What other questions though? What other things? Yeah, the IG thing, the IG live. Yeah, I'm not against doing any of that. It's just, yeah, it works for other people. This works for me. But I can tell you this: I'm not a fan of, and I'm not a fan. I know it works for some people, especially guys or gals that do. Here we go on box 4. Yeah, I know, right? Whenever you gotta buy the box filler, I know. I'm not a fan of, and again, this is due to how we do things, how much volume we do compared to other people or whatever, but like I would never be able to do the whole like like on Facebook, and same thing for Instagram too, but like on Facebook you put a post up, like you don't have a website or whatever, but you put your post up with all your teams and all your prices, claim, and then people are claiming them, and then you got to tag, and then you're tagging people are claiming teams. You put the whoever bought the team over here, did they pay yet? They have to, they paid, now they mark them as paid. Like, it's just way too much work for me. Go to the website, buy a team. Right before I go live, I download all the orders, I throw them into the spreadsheet, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. Same thing for like Instagram, like post we're doing a box break of this, here's all the team prices. It just seems like a whole hell of a lot of work. But whenever you're first starting out, that is a good way to fill stuff up, but that's not the way I want to do it. I don't think my wife really has ever gotten used to me breaking at night. She hates it. She would much rather me break during the day or whatever, but that's just not the prime time for this stuff. But yeah, she hates it. I don't like it either. Like I would prefer to break during the day or whatever, but that's just not reality. Butterfingers, man, I tell you what. Robert, what box was this? Box 4? Biggie. So yeah, she she's cool with all the like doing breaks and all that stuff, obviously, but yeah, the breaking at night thing, I don't think I honestly still haven't really even got used to it. I mean, I am to an extent, but it's still kind of a, yeah, it kind of sucks, but not every job is perfect, so that's how it goes. 100 out of 150, Matt Olson blue. Yeah, I would rather work if I could, do like 12 to 8, or even if I did like a 5 to midnight or something shift, it would be great, but it just doesn't really work out with like the working man schedule. Everybody's schedule that would be trying to get in on the breaks just doesn't work. But if I could, I would love to. Well, I mean, I'm sure I would still be able to fill up breaks. So there's other guys that go live during those times. I think this is the best time. The most amount of people are live, or most amount of people are here to do breaks and what have you. Diamondbacks, Gallon, rookie autograph. Yeah, I think the time frame that I do it works best, but it is not ideal for certain aspects of life. Kyle Lewis. Javon Carter, yeah, the only Like, are you talking about like right now, Cody? Yeah, the only guy that I think is even playing for an NBA team that's on a team right now from West Virginia would be Javon Carter. But the big one that everybody should know is Jerry West. How many Javon Carters do you own? A lot. The other day I did a little preview thing. I was just having some fun. Maybe a week ago or whenever it was. Right around the time that he started playing pretty well with the Suns. I kind of did a little, pulled out one of my Javon Carter boxes and showed off some of the cards. Some of you guys were in here for that. Grisham, base autograph for the Padres, nice. All right, what else you got, fellas? What else you got? Keep it coming, even if we are going a little bit slower. That's all right. White Sox. Jake Rogers for the Tigers, base auto. Favorite card set ever, and this is strictly due to, wow, Kyle Lewis. Is this the variation green 62 out of 99? Very nice. Slavic. Wow. Slavic, baby. All right, so this is going to come a little bit, and you have to put it into perspective. I'm 26, so like my breaking years were my card collecting years before I got to like a teenager and kind of got into it heavier, but was like, how old was I whenever I was like 10? What year would have been like 2003-ish time frame. I would have been like 10 years old, getting, doing cards and what have you. And so my favorite set is, and I posted it on my Facebook group like a couple months ago because I couldn't remember the name. It's an Upper Deck kids product. I'm 26. It's an Upper Deck kids product where they had like the face, their heads were like jumboed. I have some cards laying around here. I forget what it was. It was a early 2000s Upper Deck football product where it was like a kid's card product and they had like small bodies and then big heads. I forget what that product is called, and I know most of you guys are like, oh my god, like that's your favorite card set. It really is though. It really is. It's like a fun little kid set that I remember I used to bust packs all the time on for those cards. I forget what it's called though. Somebody look it up. Somebody will figure it out. It's like a early 2000s, made by Upper Deck. It was for kids, and like I said, they had like really big heads. But again, why I was telling you about is just the fact that like that's the stuff that I didn't grow up with 54 Bowman or whatever. Just it's appealing, but it's just not super appealing. It doesn't like strike that nerve or whatever for me. Like something like that kind of does, just because that's what I grew up doing. Somebody's going to look it up and find it for me. I know what it is too. I'll find it. It doesn't really matter. I'll look at it. I'll think about it. Now, I'm going to go crazy if I'm going to spend a total of 2 minutes. If I can't find it, I'm not going to. Power Up, that's what it was called. Upper Deck Tom Brady Power Up. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. I think they only did 1 or 2 years. 2004. 2004. I don't like have a whole lot of these cards or anything like that. I'm just saying it's like that is like one of the sets that like I don't know that brings me the most enjoyment is just that set. But if you're talking, if you want like a modern, not like a kid's card set like that is, but I'm just telling you, that is my favorite set. Something about it, it's just fun. Let me think on it. My favorite set, if I had to, like a more modern, like 2010 and up, let me think on it. Let me think and I'll come back. What else did somebody say? Anything you do differently if you could when it comes to breaking? Is there anything? I mean, there's definitely some things I would do different. Logan Allen for the Indians base auto. What would I do different? I know there's plenty of stuff I would do different. I think it would. I think a lot of it would be. I could sum it up better instead of giving you like certain things. I could sum it up better this way. I wish that I would have got all my P's and Q's, I's dotted, T's crossed, all that kind of stuff in line before I even like went live to break. Because what happened was I went live to break. It didn't come all of a sudden in one night we're doing this stuff. I mean, it built up gradually. Refractor number to 499 for the Cardinals. It built up gradually, but at the same time, still I was still working and I was still figuring out everything, so it still took up a lot of time regardless. But I wish I would have got everything in line first because once this stuff started picking up and taking off for me, there's just things that have like kind of fell by the just stuff that I haven't been able to exactly keep up on, or I should have already had kind of ready to go kind of deal. Like just different things like with software, lighting, all kinds of stuff that I just kind of just fly and go with what I already have because, all right, White Sox in box 4 did get old Robert. So I wish I would have just got everything set up first before going live, because instead I just like jumped into it. I was like, I don't know if this is going to work or not. So let's just give it a shot. And then all of a sudden it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I haven't been able to do certain things. Like my website is the free website that you can get off of Shopify. Like it works, but it's literally the free site that you can template. It's like the free template. It's called like Basic. Like literally it's called like Basic. So I wish I would have done that. Yeah. I don't know. There might be some other things that come to mind, but I know that's like my biggest thing that I always like think about is like, man, I wish I would have, because now I like, whenever I say I don't have time, I mean, I literally between like trying to keep up with the family, 2 kids under 2, doing this a lot. Like simple tasks that you're like, man, that only takes like 30 minutes. If I could find the 30 minutes, like it just is not being used on that. So, what else? I say Soto. When was the last time you opened a box of that Power Up? Probably like 6 months ago. Probably like 6 months ago. And then before that, it was probably like a year or two. Like I periodically get a box or two of those. I haven't looked recently, but maybe I'll look on eBay for boxes. But yeah, not like frequently, but like, yeah, within the past 2 or 3 years, I've probably opened up a couple boxes of it. So they're not expensive either. It's but little fun things. What else? What else? Yeah, I don't know what else. I mean, there's, like I said, there's plenty of small, like, little things I would change with breaking. Like I said, I would, if I had the time to have somebody get me set up on, like, a really good lighting, like this, not the stream that you, not the, like, the thing that you see, that template, that overlay that you see on the screen, not that, but, like, here with, like, focus on the camera, lighting, all that kind of stuff. I wish I had some time or could get somebody to just, like, lay it all out for me. Website, same thing. I don't know if that's gonna complete the set. Nah, I'm not really like a set builder kind of person. Never have been. Like I don't think I've ever like put together a set. Doesn't give me a whole lot of enjoyment. I don't know, just not for me. I'm not a set person. Bo Bichette, Dubon for the Giants, base autograph. Dude, we're 47 minutes in. And I'm pretty sure I used to get these breaks done. I think I've gotten these chrome breaks done in like an hour. Jeez. That's all right. What other questions? Keep them up. You guys are giving me some good questions. I might not be giving out the best answers, but I'm giving out answers. What are the questions? I don't care if it's about the business or breaking or cards or just life in general. Patrick Corbin for the Nationals, green wave number to 99. What else you guys got? But yeah, people typically are surprised whenever I say I'm 26. That's just, yeah. I got married whenever me and my wife been together since we were 16. Got married whenever we were sophomores in college. Yeah, we've just kind of always been a little bit ahead of the curve, doing things, feeling, I guess you say a little bit more mature than, you know, the average person our age, which we're the same age, but, well, I'm a little bit older, a couple months older. But, yeah, so, yeah, and the camera, I will say, it does make me look a little bit older, but, Cease, Refractor. What box is this? 876, box number 5. Best card in your PC. Best card, so it's a little bit, well, yeah, best card in my PC is, I got some Javon Carter stuff. Hey man, you said PC, so Javon Carter, black gold, Prism black gold out of 5. BGS 9.5, and then also his Optics 101 gold vinyls. But if I had to exclude, like if you're just saying like what's the best card that you have in your possession, regardless of whether it's like PC that I'm actually keeping it PC or just the card that I have that I plan on selling it down the road or something, Noose. I don't want to say. I don't want to say. Did you play any sports growing up? Yeah, man. Football, baseball, basketball, track. I was a long distance runner. But football is definitely my favorite sport for sure, by far. Not even close. I mean, I like basketball. I like football first. I like basketball second. Baseball's the third there. Oop, orange auto coming. Orange Yamamoto, very nice. Orange Wave. Who had the Miami Marlins? Cody. There you go. 3 out of 25. So yeah, I played all those sports, but yeah, football definitely reigns supreme for me by far. Kyle Lewis. I mean, like I said, I like baseball. I like basketball. I really enjoy like shooting around basketball, just hanging out, playing pickup games or whatever. But football, I love football, man. Well, thanks, Amada. Thanks, man. I try to be, like I said, the one thing that I do try to be, I usually am, and my wife will tell you differently, but I'm telling you, I am typically a very, very organized person. Like I said, my wife will tell you differently, but I am typically a very organized person. But whenever you're, you know, low on time or whatever, being organized kind of just doesn't go well with that. So I do feel I'm not disorganized, but I feel like I could be more organized. But I'm definitely typically a more organized person. Purple to 299, Texas. But efficient, I try to be as efficient as possible, especially like during the live streams. I know right now I'm not being efficient at all because I'm being talkative and going kind of slow, but typically during the live streams, I mean, you guys see I try to be super duper efficient with stuff, get us moving into stuff, transition into things, let everybody know what's going on, keep things moving. And I mean, one, that's just because I've been in break rooms where it takes forever for stuff to happen and it's just boring and whatever. So Mariners. So I try to be super efficient with that. And just because obviously the more breaks, I can only go live for, I can go live 24/7, but that's not realistic. So I truly only have, a certain amount of time to go live each night. So with time being the constraint, and obviously the more breaks I sell, the more money I make. So obviously I want to sell as many breaks as I possibly can. That's not my ultimate goal, is just to jam breaks down your guys' throat, but that's what we're here for. So I do know that, trying to be as efficient as possible to allow me to get as many breaks in as possible and to allow, the live stream to run better. So that's something I do try to be pretty efficient. And even whenever we're offline too, with sorting cards and everything that we do offline, trying to be as efficient as possible because, it's only me and I have my little brother that you guys know. You see him sometimes on the live streams, not usually, a couple times a year, but he does all the sorting and me and him split the shipping. So so with only two people doing all of these breaks, I mean, some of these guys, and honestly, if there was something I would change, that would be one of the things I would change. I would bring more people in, but I just have trust problems, I guess. Refractor auto for the Dodgers, 451 out of 499. But to have like a whole plethora of employees, XYZ breakers, XYZ sorters, shipper, whatever, kind of having multiple people, but that's just not what we have here. So we have to make do with what we got, and since we don't have much, we got to be super efficient so we can get the shit done. So I appreciate you saying that, bringing that up. Yeah. At least tell us what sport. Should I tell you what sport? All right, who had the White Sox in this one? Wasn't a whole lot there. That was 8765, box 5. Nathan K, man, just having no luck in here. I would say it is a football. Foosball card. Yeah, there are a lot of breakers, and honestly, there's a lot of good breakers too. So I don't want to sit here and just say just because there's a whole bunch of breakers that they're all bad. But you guys can tell pretty easily the good ones versus the bad ones. But yeah, there is a lot out there. There's a lot of guys trying to do breaks now, and yeah, like I always say to you guys, doing breaks. And a lot of you guys, especially the older guys, it's not really who I'm even talking to when I say this, because you guys already know, especially you guys know the ones that have been around for a long time that you can easily trust. Not hard to trust some of these guys that have been breakers that have been around for a long time, way before me too. You know, they got, full-blown breaking operations, They got breakers, they got sorters, they got packagers, they got shippers, they got all that shit. Doing breaks and don't have to always, offer competitive prices and stuff. And we're right in the thick of that. But there's also some guys that really, it truly comes down to just, this is kind of a big thing going on right now. It's kind of trying to hop on the bandwagon. And, they found some Topps Chrome blasters or whatever at Walmart, and it's time to set up some brakes on them. And yeah, that's not where you want to go. That is not where you want to go. I can tell you that right now. You don't want to do that. But there's plenty of them out there, man. Like, literally, it's crazy the amount of breakers that there are now. Like, sometimes I see posts on, like, Instagram and Twitter. I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. Like, who is this person? And they're filling up. Like, they're filling up a decent amount of breaks. I'm like, what? Who even is this guy? The Zion logo. I can tell you it's not the Zion logo, man. White Sox. Luzardo. Green, number to 99 for the Marlins. And I think that's whenever I was starting out and stuff, I think that's where a large portion of that bad stigma came from Instagram breakers, which again, it's not the case anymore. I don't really know too many people that break solely on Instagram, so I don't really know who the good ones or bad ones are. But whenever I first started, there was that stigma of kind of Instagram being kind of dirty. I guess you can call it dirty, not really dirty, but and a lot of times it was guys that are like buying boxes off a blowout. Whenever I'm selling a box, so let's say a box is retail, you can go on blowout.com and pick up the same box for $500. I'm breaking that box in a break for $500, maybe a little bit more to cover the cost of shipping to different people and stuff like that. But it's because I buy at a dealer price, like that wholesale price or whatever you want to call it. So I get it, and I'm able to offer it at the whatever that market price is. Whereas some of these guys that are just these pop-up shop, mom and pop, Joe Schmo pop-up breakers.com, where they're going to a blowout or Steel City, they're going on their website, they're buying a box off their website. Whoa. That Honus Wagner, oh, it's coming off now. It was loose there. It's just a little die cut. But they're buying the box off of them for $500, and then they're charging you more so they can make money. So they're charging you whatever, $650 on a box. I'm just using fake numbers, but whatever, they're charging you $650. So that's why you tend to see me or other breakers that have been around for a while, that do a lot of volume and whatever, that get the product from distributors, can offer it at those, not really a lower price, it's just that's the market price. But The prices seem to be lower, I guess, sometimes, possibly just due to that. But that's because, yeah. Kyle Lewis, Prism Refractor, nice. Curious to what is the biggest instance you've been burned? All right, I don't want to say burned because putting some cards in the wrong spot. Hold on. Because I ended up not being burned, but I will say it caused a lot of just wasted time, and maybe that was the point of it. And it was frustrating, but at the end, I reigned supreme. I won, and I feel great about it. But there was an instance where somebody got mad at me. Nico for the Cubs. Somebody got mad at me, and again, this is cardboard, fellas. We're breaking cards. There's no reason to be fighting people and doing all this crazy shit. But you know, sometimes there's some bad apples. But somebody was mad at me because he told me, I didn't ever like agree to it, but he told me the next time, Grisham Refractor, Kyle Lewis, Mariners, the next time that we were going to do flawless football, I think it was 2018. Let him know the next time we do the flawless football or whatever. Okay, so we did a flawless football earlier that day. Okay, earlier that same night. And the dude must have not have saw that we did it earlier that night or whatever, because we already did one. He told me the next time we do one to let him know, but he must have not have saw that we even did that one earlier that day. Went crazy. Fraley, Mariners, and pretty much, and he was a pretty consistent customer, so he had various transactions with me, like within the past week or whatever, you know, like a lot, like thousands of dollars in transactions, even within the week. And he thought to get back at me, he was going to file, you know, disputes, to try to get his money back for breaks, which is fucking fraud, you know, it's fucking illegal, but you can try all you want. Marte gold for the Diamondbacks, cool, 16 out of 50. And yeah, try to put through a whole bunch of that shit. And because like whenever you do a dispute like that, you do it, they do it via like each individual transaction. So that causes like a problem whenever, luckily I was able to kind of get them grouped under one case, but whenever you dispute a charge, you're disputing that singular transaction, not like a grouping of them. But whenever I was able to like kind of do my my portion of the deal, wherever I have to go and kind of talk through what's going on and why I'm not giving him his money back because it shouldn't be a dispute or shouldn't be a chargeback or whatever. I was able to kind of get that brought into one, so I didn't have to like do it for each individual one, which is just a waste of time. But either way, yeah, they try to do something like that, all because, and we didn't even break the flawless case, that we did it earlier in the day. So like he fucked up and thought that we broke one. We didn't even break one. So we did all this stuff, charged back like several thousands of dollars. Charged back several thousands of dollars, and ended up, like once it just wasted a lot of my time. It pissed me off, wasted my time. But in the end, Garlic rookie auto Dodgers, like I won all the cases because I had all the messages and like I shipped him all of his stuff and like everything in the chat's recorded, and like you're not going to win something like that against like something like this. Like I have everything's fucking recorded. We have the break videos, the chat's recorded. He sent me like vulgar text messages, supplied those. Like it was stupid on his part to do it all. It just kind of wasted some of my time, wasted a decent chunk of my time, but I ended up getting it all. But that was the time that I would say was the most, like I didn't really get burnt because I didn't like lose any money. Gallon Refractor, number to 499 Diamondbacks. But it was a time where somebody just jumped off the deep end and try to do something to harm me, my business, my family, because it's thousands of dollars. You're not just, this isn't like a ha-ha joke. This is like, real fucking money. Kyle Lewis. And so I spent the time that I needed to get it done, but it was a time waster. But Lux, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, like, all right, White Sox in that one, 8-7, box number 6, Daniel. Sorry, man, not a whole lot, just a couple of rookies, really. But yeah, like, it wasn't terrible. I mean, like I said, I wasted plenty of hours. It was hours, like, over the course of, like, 2 weeks, like, but all in all, didn't lose any money or anything. And I actually think I got his, I might have even got his, like, PayPal account either frozen or blocked or something because of doing that. Like, obviously, like, is fraud. And I told them that or whatever. And they saw that he did, like, a chargeback on, like, 18 different charges. And, like, he put, like, on all of them, didn't receive cards or whatever. And it was, like, a purchase from, like, the day before. It's like, come on, dude. Like, try to at least make it good. Like, this is easy. Just a time waster, but I'm going to get my money back, so fuck off. No. Yeah, that's JPW Sports, if anybody remembers. Anybody remember JPW? I'm sure some of you guys do. He used to buy a lot of shit off of me, a lot of shit. I took a lot of shit from him though, because I was like a newer guy, and he used to drop like a lot of money in here, and he would kind of go crazy, like yeah, he would just be kind of like rude and mean and whatever. And I kind of just took it because he spent so much money in here. And, yeah, I'm just glad I don't have to do that now. But, yeah. So. But I go kind of crazy. I go kind of crazy when it comes to like if I get chargebacks or something. Like it's happened a couple times, even with like just something happened. Like sometimes, like if you're De Jong for the Giants purple number to, or the Cardinals purple number to 299. Like if let's say you're something happens where you your card flags my activity, like your activity to Wolf's Card Breaks, as like possible fraud or whatever, and you accidentally like select like, yeah, that was fraud, or like let's say you had fraud on your account and my transaction is showing up in there, and for whatever reason, like some banks, like smaller banks, think like PayPal is like, sometimes fraudulent, especially smaller banks. So like if you had fraud on there and they'll see like my transaction on your account, they'll be like, oh, well that one's probably fraud too, and they'll flag it. Well, whenever that happens, it's like a chargeback. It's like a dispute. You're disputing that charge is not authorized by you, but it was. But for whatever reason, because it shows up as like PayPal / Wolf's Card Breaks, and people are like, it's not like Walmart or a gas station or something. So So there's been a couple times where something like that has happened, where it's like, I'll send the, you know, I do it just because like this is my livelihood. So I'll send like a message saying like, hey man, what the hell? Like I see you are putting through a dispute. Did you have a problem or what's going on? And then usually I'm kind of rude about it, to be honest. Like probably shouldn't be, but you know, like I said, it's like my livelihood. And then like I feel like I feel like it's like somebody trying to steal money from me, which that's what it is. But sometimes it's like an honest like mistake that's not even their fault. It's like the banks or whatever. But I'm being kind of rude about it, so you know, probably should try to tone that down sometimes. But what I was getting at is, hold on, let me clear this hand. Whenever I have any sort of like somebody's trying to dispute a charge for whatever reason, I get like just like fucking crazy about it because it pisses me off, and I'll go to I will not stop until the case is closed in my favor. Like I will not sleep. I don't care if it's $35 or $20 or whatever. I will stay up all night talking on the phone with somebody or doing whatever I need to do. A lot of times it's like it's nothing major, like Tinoco, if that's how Tinoco, yeah, if that's how you pronounce it for the Rockies base auto. But like, you know, on here, that stuff is pretty minimal. I mean, most people in here are great people, 99% of you, and never have any problems and don't expect to. But every once in a while, there's, you know, somebody that's new or something that tries to put through a charge, like a dispute on a transaction, try to get their money back or something stupid, whatever the case may be. News purple rookie auto, number to 250 while I'm talking. So automatically, if I start talking in a break, double it. Whatever the normal time is, double it. It's not going to quite be double on this one, but I will pretty much go to the end of the world to make sure that it gets closed in my favor. I have a pretty damn good track record for it. But damn it, what was I even getting at? Now I got my mind off track. Hold on, let me think about it for a second. What was I getting at? What was the point of that? But is everything that we do in here is like live recorded, you know, chat's all recorded, Abreu negative, chat's recorded, videos recorded. Like that's what it was. I will do everything I need to do. So this one time, and I'm just giving you an example, it was a guy, it was a brand new guy, and this is usually the case that happens. It's like a brand new person, you know, and they try to do a chargeback on the charge. I don't know what it was, $100. And they said that Alex Young base autograph of the Diamondbacks. They said they used a friend's card. Okay, it was a friend's card, and he knew about it because they were together, but he must have like forgot that they did it or something, and that's why he's doing the, you know, he must have forgot about it, and that's why they did a chargeback on it. He's like, let me talk to them or whatever. Basically, he kept dragging his feet. I think it was probably like a stolen card or some shit, which that gets flagged through my website. So just a heads up, all that kind of gets flagged. There was kind of a weird circumstance as to why I kind of like let it go. It was mostly due to this guy who's like dragging his feet, saying, you know, lesson learned. But he kind of kept dragging it on. I don't know if he knew the process or how like kind of worked the system on it. He kind of kept dragging it out the way he was like talking like it was like totally cool and he just needs to get it fixed. It wasn't like a problem where like I was battling him in court. It's not really court, but you know what I mean, like battling him with the dispute back and forth. It was more just like, hey, I'm going to get this fixed. I just got to talk to this person or do whatever, you know, Kyle Lewis base. And so I let it slide for too long, and then all of a sudden it was like outside of the parameters for me to go about it the way that I normally go about it. And So, long story short, they did all. It didn't. I didn't do it the way I normally do it. I let it ride out too long. So, but this is just me telling you how like crazy I get, and it's pretty. This doesn't happen very often, thankfully, right? I think mostly because everybody knows everything's recorded and it's just going to be a waste of your time. But to try to do something fraudulent like that, Robert face. But yeah, Jason, you have him. Is there something I missed for the White Sox? Well, you did just get a Robert, but he was emailing me via his work email. So what do you think my next steps were once I realized he was emailing me all this shit from his work email? Jake Rogers, number to 499, refractor auto for the Tigers. Obviously, my next step was call his work. Pretty much, I was an asshole. Well, I don't know if I was I don't think I was an asshole. I think he's the asshole, but I went pretty crazy on him, and I'm pretty sure he got fired from work for like trying to commit fraud. Well, for committing fraud. Robert, so that's going out to Jason. Because he used to show up on the directory on their website, and he's not there anymore. Just fairly soon after I contacted them. Jason. There might have been some that were base ones, but here, I'll flip back through the rookies and stuff just to make sure for you, man. Let me see. There was probably some base ones, but that stuff's going out random assortment. But let me see here. Oh, I did miss something? Sorry. See, that's why I try not to. Let me see here. Probably. Oh, there was an Abreu refractor. See, I did miss some. Sorry about that, man. I'm sitting here talking and. But yeah, like, you know, I'm sure some people may not feel the same way. Like, dude, you probably shouldn't do that to his work or whatever. You don't know his circumstances, whatever. Oh, yeah, and then that Eloy, too. Oh, and the Abreu. Wow. Sorry about that, man. Damn. Talking and I'm just not thinking about it. Sorry about that, my friend. And even if it is going on long, what's the problem with it going on for a while? Ain't no problem, man. We got nothing but time. But yeah, more of the story. Don't mess with me. But yeah, like something happened. Like I said, I let it drag on. It's partially my fault, and I contacted his work and went like straight to the motherfucking head, and they were like, "What in the fuck?" So that's what happens. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Jason, hit that charge back. Yeah, and like also like if you ever have a problem, this happened not too long ago too, a couple months back. Somebody, I don't even think this is the problem though. I don't even think this was. They said that they didn't receive the correct cards, which I don't even think was the case. But instead of like contacting me saying, hey, I didn't get the right cards or whatever, something happened, can you look into it, can you get it fixed for me? And believe me, whenever that happens, I go above and beyond to make sure I get it corrected for you. But instead of doing that, they went straight to a PayPal chargeback. And I'm like, come on. I'm like, why are you trying to charge back? And they're like, oh, I didn't get the right cards. And I'm like, okay, well, what cards? And this was via email, because I emailed them. I saw it on PayPal. And I was like, God damn. So I emailed them. I was like, hey, what the hell's going on? Why are you trying to do a chargeback on this transaction? They said, oh, I didn't get the right cards. I was like, okay, well, can you, like, tell me some more information? Like, which ones didn't you get? Whatever. And they were like, you need to message me on PayPal. And then as soon as I got that message, I was like, okay, I know what's up. So then we're going back and forth on PayPal for a little bit. And they, at one point, they needed to, I wanted to know what cards they got. So they had to supply a picture. And they couldn't figure it out how to do it on PayPal. So they sent me the picture via email, and then I replied back. I was like, this picture needs to be on PayPal. Like, you need to send me this picture on PayPal. You know, just kind of being a dick back. But yeah, that was a one-off occurrence. Like I said, I don't even think it was somebody that actually had a problem. I think it was just somebody trying to be a jerk. But that was like a one-off thing. Like, if you ever have a problem, don't jump straight into that, because that's just wasted time for both people. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how you win that, Jason. I don't even know how you can win that. All right, what else do we have in here? Somebody said something else, I think. Do you have a decent amount of international customers, not including Canada? Canada definitely takes up a bulk of international customers, for sure. But there has been a uptick in customers from Japan, Germany. Long time. There's a couple real long time customers of mine that are international from France and Australia that been getting into brakes since pretty much since I started. But there's a lot of Canada for sure. A lot of Canada. I would say next to that's probably Japan. And then next to that's probably Germany. And there's a decent amount of Canada too. A lot of Canada. Obviously most customers are US, but there's a good chunk of Canadian customers in here. Tampa Bay Rays, base auto. I feel like I've been talking a lot, and I really haven't been like paying attention to hits and stuff, I feel like. But I do feel like this has been a pretty bad case, right? So far. Yeah, that's part of my problem though. I wish maybe I should do it more and I get better, but you guys know. Guys that have been in here for a while, and you guys know I cannot talk and break. Like, if I get on a story or I'm trying to have a conversation with somebody about something, I cannot talk and break at all. Like, I can call out names and teams while breaking easy, right? But if I'm actually like trying to tell a story or a conversation, Correa to 75 blue for the Astros, I cannot do it. I don't know. Yeah, I just heard him scratching just a couple minutes ago, so I don't know if he just stopped or if he's still waiting there. But either way, all I know is I do this shit every single day, even on the days off. So Monday and Tuesday we're not live. Guess what? Mondays we ship, so there's half the day. Tuesdays I have to get new breaks on the website for the upcoming week, so that takes time. And then in between that too is also like ordering stuff or whatever. So never really a full day off, like literally never. And but honestly, would not change it for anything else, man. I love doing this shit. I love doing this shit. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't love doing this? And it did make it easy that I had a job. It was a good job, a real good job, especially for like my family and the area that I lived in. Really good job, like stellar job. But yeah, just wasn't for me, and I hated it. So fuck off. They were really trying to they were really wanting me to stay too. Like, whenever I was leaving that job, they were like, what about like if you worked part-time or whatever? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm not doing part-time. Like, I want to be able to focus solely on this business, and I want to see where I can take it or whatever. They were like pushing me hard. Like, I definitely don't want to do part-time. All right, man. This break is taking a while. It's going to take about an hour and 30 minutes. which this break usually is about an hour anyway, so we increased it by about 50%. That's all right. It was the last break of the night. Oh my God, it's almost 5 o'clock. Holy shit. I did not realize it was almost 5 fucking o'clock in the morning. Okay, let's go. I'm trying to get to bed this century, man. Robert. Jesus, man. I did not notice it was fucking 5 o'clock in the morning right now. See? Time flies when you're having fun. It does, though. It really does. Oh, we got a gold wave coming. Come on. Wait, is there any rookies there? No. Cody B, gold wave. Nice. 8 out of 50 for the Dodgers. Who had the Dodgers? Trisha. That's great, man. Yeah, that's great, Steven. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's great, man. I know, like, you've expressed kind of it is difficult to kind of, like, get boxes and stuff for, you know, like if you're going out at Walmart or Target or whatever just to crack open some stuff to have fun. You know, it is an expensive hobby, and, you know, there's definitely some, there's a lot of good in it. There's a lot of good. There is some bad, but there's a lot of good in it. And what's great about the hobby is, like, it never stops. It will never stop. There's always new products coming out, new players coming out. Your collection might be different this year from next year. Sell cards on eBay, buy cards on eBay, get cards in breaks, try to finish sets, try to do this rainbow, try to collect certain players, certain teams. I mean, it just never stops. There is never an end. There's never, I never feel like there's like some sort of end point where it's like, okay, all right, finally, I'm done with cards. Like, I've done everything that I want to do. Like, that'll never be the case. Right on, Zach. What do you do exactly now, Zach? What do you do now? Oh, nice, man. Yeah, this is a good hobby, man. This is a good hobby. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. It is expensive. But I do think that this is one of those hobbies where you can have like a what's it called? I think this is right. A self-sustaining hobby where like you can Jonathan Hernandez Blue Wave for Texas, number to 150, where you can not only, you know, get the cards that you want, maybe not every card that you want, but you can get cards that you want and participate in stuff and be in the hobby, doing stuff in the hobby, but at the same time, you know, trying to be cognizant of money and flipping cards that you don't want to keep in your collection and things. You know, there's ways that you can kind of do that. A lot of ways. All right, so White Sox, a couple of Roberts. There really was not a whole lot of Roberts in there at all in the whole case. Only a couple of base. There's probably more inserts than anything else. I think that was not a good case. I'm going to kind of get a quick refresher here when we do the recap, but I don't think that was very good. Yeah, there's not many hobbies where like you can kind of have a self-sustaining hobby. You know, like let's say you do, well, I guess there's other things too, like if you could compete in different things to win money, I guess, but most of the time it's never how much money you put into it. Like if you did like racing or something, go-karts or some shit. Yeah, that one wasn't very good. Oh, the Lewis was nice. That was nice. No, man, that was the last break right there, man. I can't even believe I'm live right now. It's almost 5 o'clock. I can't even believe it. Yeah, there's a couple of nice Kyle Lewis. So we had a Lux Refractor, Nico Refractor. There was a decent amount of Kyle Lewis. 2 1985s, 2 freshman flash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base, a refractor, and a prism refractor. As for Roberts, we already have all that stuff bagged up, tagged up, but I will say there wasn't much for Robert at all. There wasn't a whole lot. Water plant operator. Interesting. Numbered cards, gold, blue, purple, another gold. You like it better already, though, than your previous job? I don't see you bitching as much. I guess you just started, so maybe the bitching's here is coming here later on. Kyle Lewis, variation green to 99. That was a nice one. Keyston, orange wave. Another photo variation for the Reds. Gold wave. Arena purple. All right, here we go on the base autographs, base autos. That was a refractor auto. Nico. Oh, another refractor I threw in there. Those are out of $4.99. Jersey. And here are the numbered autos. So blue wave, refractor, purple, orange wave, Marlins, nice. Refractor, blue wave, refractor, that's a base, purple, and a refractor. Yeah, that was a bad case, man. All that was a bad case. Well, guys, I do have more chrome. You'll probably see some more next week whenever I post up breaks, so, but no more for tomorrow. 2020 Topps Chrome Jumbo Case number 4. Thanks, guys.